feel were the pre-snap penalties and things that we saw in the game? How much of that was in relation to Sean not being there in communication and that change?
I think it wasn't really as much about the centers. It was, we had to make an adjustment with the centers, but we just had, and this is what we're going to meet on tomorrow, we just had too many self-inflicted penalties that, you can't, let's put it this way, a number of our third and long situations started off with drives that began with self-inflicted penalties, and you can't succeed starting drives with so many first and second down penalties. So that's the thing that's the number one priority for us this week is to eliminate those so we can give ourselves a good chance to start drives the way we have the previous 2 weeks.
Coach, did Shea Patterson at times, did you see he have a hard time reading the defensive schemes that Cal was throwing at him?
I don't think so. I think they didn't do anything that we didn't expect them to do. We were hoping to get them into a certain front, and they did that for us. We were out of sync. I think we gave up some pressures, and that moved Shea off his launch point. So that was part of the, not getting into the rhythm that we're used to being in passing game.
Coach, in the running game, are some of the struggles, is it tied to the offensive line or, running backs not making the right cuts? Where do you think that's coming from? And
well, you said struggles in the run game, but I thought, you look at our rushing yardage and those sacks added, but, we didn't run the ball a lot, but when we did, it was, we converted our third and shorts. We averaged over 4 yards a carry. I thought the running backs ran hard. We had 2 longer explosive runs called back on penalties, again, self-inflicted. So I thought we took a step in the run game. If anything, I probably should have run the ball maybe a little bit more at times, but that's on me, not the kids.
Questions? Matt kind of explained that when you start behind a change, it's hard to run your tempo, but overall tempo, are you expecting to go faster than you've been able to go the first 3 games?
Well, we had some drives that I liked periodically in the game, but those you're going to hear this a lot. The kids are going to hear it a lot this week. Those self-inflicted penalties that we had, they helped the defense. I mean, they stopped the clock and stopped the drive, and we're down the field. We got to come all the way back to the line of scrimmage as opposed to coming back to the 10-yard gain. They definitely affected. And I think as we play cleaner football on offense, and we will, then we'll be able to get back to the tempo that we want and expect in a game.
Coach, outside of the penalties, what stopped the explosive plays on offense that you got earlier in the game?
I think the penalties are the biggest issue. I mean, we had a few MAs, that hurt us, but on first down we jumped the gun. Now we're at 1st and 15. We have a drive where we had a personal foul called. That puts us back at whatever it was, 2nd and 20, 2nd and 25. I mean, that's just not the way. I don't know of a team from the Patriots on down that can succeed and get themselves into a rhythm regardless of what they run, when you have penalties to start drives. And so that's the number one issue. It wasn't an issue the first 2 weeks. And we watched it on film. We get a chance to address it today with our kids. And once we get cleaned up, I think we give ourselves a better chance at getting off to a good drive against Alabama.
Coach, we got Dawson Knox back the other evening, and I don't know that we attempted a pass to him. I don't remember one that he did. Will he play a bigger role going forward?
Dawson got 20 reps in the game, I think is what Coach Harris told me, and just looking to see how he feels and how he's running around. And right now, I think he's fine. And if that remains, then you should see him more.
How did you feel about the play of the receivers overall?
I think Coach Peeler Taylor probably wasn't one of the better games out of the 3. We made some big catches. I thought 2 touchdown plays were what we're obviously capable of doing after the catch. DeMarcus Lodge and DK did a good job of separating. I think being in more obvious pass situations because of those penalties, you know, with second and long and third and long, when we were bad on third down in this game. And a lot of that had to do with being backed up. You're in a more obvious pass situation, so it's gonna be easier to cover and to play coverage when you're in obvious down at distance situations. And I think it was more about that than it was, you know, receivers not being able to get open.
How much did AJ going down affect all of this in your mind?
Well, I mean, and no disrespect to AJ, he is an incredible talent. It didn't change play calling at all. The penalties changed play calling, but yeah, obviously when you lose a guy that is as prolific as AJ, it's a factor. I thought Van Jefferson came in and had 10 catches in that same position, so I mean he gave us what we were expecting to get out of that position. AJ gives you, you know, the run after catch ability, you know, after those 10 catches. And so I think he's gonna be fine, and I don't know that that had any effect on us in the game on Saturday, other than losing whatever production he might have given us.